In this video, I will be ranking every devil fruit from worst to best, and I'll be going the beginning ones are the worst and the last ones are the best. Starting off, we have, so currently the worst fruit in the game is Kilo. If you have this, you are unlucky. Unfortunately, you have the worst fruit in the game. It is literally worse than Kilo. All it can do is basically descend, fly up and fly down, and it takes a lot of stamina and it's not worth. And I recommend, any other fruit. Even Suke is better than this, so that's why. And their cooldowns are super long, and this fruit is trash. Second, we got Suke, the most hated fruit in GPO. So common. Basically, Suke, all it does is give you invisibility, and it has a rock where you throw rocks, which is useless. But yeah, sometimes being invisible is still useless. But yeah, altogether, Suke is kind of dookie, to be honest. Now next we have Spin. Spin is good in combos and stuff like that, but one issue with Spin is that pretty much it's just very basic. All you can really do with it is do combos and combo extend, especially if you have a good weapon along with it, and it's very good for farming NPCs, but as a whole it's still not very good. Next we have Gomu no Mi. The fruit was good, but the problem with this is the Gatling got nerfed, so it's not very good for real anything, and it's a very close combat type of move. You have to be close to your opponents, which is not it. But yes, other than that, that's what it. Next we have the Horo Hornumi, which is very good for PvP, but in PvE I'd say it can be used, especially for dungeons. If you use Horo Hornumi, you could use Ghost Form, and you could theoretically solo it if everything goes right, if you know what to do, but it just take a long time. Unfortunately, it was nerfed, so that's why it went trash. Next we have the Love fruit Mera, which is pretty good for I'd say PvP, because you can stun people, but for grinding levels it's pretty good. I used to have it, and it was okay. The lack of moves are the problem, and it's very focused on stun instead of anything else. Secondly, we have Bartolomew's devil fruit, and it's good because you can put a bunch of NPCs in one spot. One problem with Barry though is that usually this is used as a utility fruit. It's in support devil fruit, where you have to support your friends and stuff. Usually you can protect your friends and stuff like that using this from like bosses, and that's what it is. For PvP, I mean, you could theoretically use this. It's all with different skill though. But next we have Guro. Now Guro is not good, okay? It is a very balanced. Guro is good for PvE and dungeons, but it's not good for Krakens or ship farming. Other than that, if you want to, I'd say it's not worth the thing, but if you have no other, yes, this is very good if you have no other. Next is bomb fruit, which is amazing for dungeons because you can one-shot bosses if you use self-destruction. If you have a lot of health, which you'll automatically kill bosses, and amazing for grind levels and doing dungeons. This is the dungeon fruit. If you wanna, if you have bomb, or if you don't, this is perfect for dungeon farming. You could get a bunch of devil fruits if you have this. You could stack them up if you have a devil fruit bag, that is. After bomb we have Sushi gravity fruit, and this is good for PvP. I've seen many people use this. As for PvE, I really have no clue. I think it's good. Now I've seen people use this, especially in Krampus, where they usually have distance between the actual the actual characters, between them and characters, and they can hit their meteors from a far distance. So it has very good range from what I've seen. Next we have Guro. Guro is a very good for PvP, because it's literally good for almost anything except for crack farming, I'd say. And the issue with this fruit is that it's boring, and not only is it boring, but literally the fruit can be blocked easily. Next fruit we have is Hiei. Hiei is good if it wasn't for all the, like, it has low damage. If it was not so based around low damage, and it's very focused on stuns instead of damage like Mago and Pika does, unfortunately. Next fruit we have is Suna. It's a good fruit, and I'd say it's a very good fruit because you can fly up, and you can use your, I forgot the name to it, but when he basically does the tornado with the side tornado. Shit, I don't even know what it's called. But yeah, Spada. You can use it in PvP, and it will work pretty good, to be honest. Next we have Pika, my fruit. Yes, Pika is the best in terms of all PvE, all PvE. In PvP though, it is trash, I'd say. It's very as you can't really fight with this, if you know how to use it though, and you're good at PvP, you could use it. But Pika is the best fruit for PvE, but in terms of PvP, it's not that good. And we have here is Tori. Tori is the second best fruit to dungeons, behind, I'd say, Bomu. The problem with Tori is the stamina, and yeah, it's a pretty good fruit in general, and it's super rare. So if you have it, lucky you. Currently, the second best fruit is Mera, and it is the best fruit for dungeons. Actually, I'd say it's like the third best. I'm not really sure though. It's also very good in PvP if you know how to use it, and it also consumes a lot of stamina, which is very good. And the last fruit, as we all know, is the Magma-Gnome. Magu is and will always be the best fruit, a kindness fruit, and this is good for basically anything. I'd say it's not very good for PvP as much, because the moves have like a very slow wind up, but yeah, it does a lot of damage. If it had less wind up, I'd say it'd be too busted, to be honest. And yeah, this is the fruit I'm trying to get currently, and yeah, that's really all there is to be said. This is all of the fruits. Peace out.